Well, hello everyone. This is Loving the Sparkle with Cindy. This is part 6 of working on the Heaven and Earth design. Um, I fell asleep the other day, so I wasn't able to finish that one video, make one in the afternoon. So I will edit the one I have, put it up, and then I will put this one up. And my tripod came in, so that will help immensely with this. I'm going to go ahead and roll this before I start. Get any of these that are trying to stand up at attention down. You hear them snapping. And if you would be interested in following me, hit the subscribe button and the little bell. I did add buy me a coffee if anyone would like to support me, and all the money that is made will go back into the channel to buy things to unbox. That just don't want to stay down. What I'm gonna have to do is when I get this little part here done is I'm going to take this down and roll it really, just put all my weight in it, and then seal this top part with polyacrylic before I roll it. And I'm going to work on the 600 drills right here. Get them done. And just so that y'all can see, I got rid of the gray. I went for dark auburn this time. Because I had on like a black cherry, but that was just like in your face, bright, vibrant red, and then a black tone to it. So it was a little too dark. So I went for dark auburn, which is my natural hair color was more of a medium auburn. So I'm not too far from my natural color. Well, now my natural color is like silver, unfortunately. But I refuse to let it be silver, so you just keep adding colors. Okay, let's see what this has done. All right, here comes the things. Okay. We have 930 is our first color. But it's been, the weather here has been down low, up high, down low. And it's got my poor sinuses so jacked up that I keep having sinus headaches. I finally got rid of it. I've had it for 3 days. To the point that where this morning I just went back to bed for about 3 hours thinking maybe that would help, but it didn't. And I think everyone around here's got the same thing going on. Oh. To the point I didn't even go down to get my tripod. Otherwise, I would do a whip and chat with the Rainbowbrite, which I've gotten pretty far on her, actually. I got the whole top row cross done. And then I've gotten each side. Fixing to start working on her face. But she's very pretty. The colors in her are just absolutely gorgeous. She's from Dreamer Designs, and I own many, but it is actually the first one I have done. I own them, but I haven't done them. So, and actually this is, I think their 3rd generation. So it's actually not bad. The drills have been pretty good. The black, of course, is kind of trashy, but I think most blacks are trashy except for the new Dax. But, so that's kind of normal. The trashiness, I gotta wait till I get further in because I'm not going to count that much. Give me a headache. More of a headache than I've had. It was kind of comical this morning. I get up and I come out here, and two of my dogs follow me out here. But my big 100-pound dog, he just stays in the bed. He just looks at me like, I'm not getting up. I'm not going out there. And it was like an hour and a half later before he dropped his big old booty out here. I mean, I was just like cracking up. Oh, and when all these storms come through the south the other day, well, I went outside and I was trying to figure out how come my dog was meeting me at the gate whenever I have a gated backyard. Well, I got to look and I looked at the fence line. There is a tree, pretty good sized tree, that is laying over the fence. And of course, I can't do anything right now, so I had to call my son. He said, well, when I get up there on Christmas Day, I'll bring my saw and I'll saw it up and get it off the fence line so that we can keep the dogs in the yard. Because, we got one, they like to chase cars. And my cousin down the road, someone that hangs out with her son, tries to actually hit them on purpose. And he has hit one of them on purpose. And I had to call, I was at work. I had to go to work because, my new work ain't very thoughtful about that. And so I had to call my daughter to come up to the house, get the dog, take him to the vet, find out what, because I knew he'd been hit, but I didn't know how bad it was. And I knew he was hurt bad because he just kind of crawled up to the house. It took him forever to get up here. And of course, I'm just a big old softy. I'm laying on the floor just bawling, crying, because he's my baby. I've had him since he was 8 weeks old. And I was just bawling my eyes out. But I knew that, where I work at now, they'd be like, yeah, no. And so I had to go in. So I prefer he stay in the yard unless I'm out there, because if he goes to chasing and someone goes to trying to hit him again, I get really pissed. I mean, they're like your kids. You don't want someone to aim for them and hit them on purpose. And that's pretty much what he did, because they said that someone, told us that they heard him speed up and then heard the dog yelp. Then the guy took off. And so, yeah, I just kind of don't like them being able to run. At least hunting season is I think it's done until Christmas Day, and then it starts back up. And so I really want the fence up before hunting season, because then they're liable to get shot. The heck with everything else, they just get shot. And I really don't want that, because that would be super expensive. It was bad enough just the other. Spent more trying to keep these dogs from being hurt. And, almost more than I spent on the kids. Because they're always getting hit by something or bit by a snake. But at least I found out that dogs generally don't die from snake bites. And my vet was like, just give him Benadryl, and if it starts looking infected, then bring him in. And I was like, really? And he was like, yes. So it was like, okay, why can't it be that way for people? Because we have to do the antivenom thing and all that crud. That has to go all the way over. Oh, maybe that is 10. Is that 10? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that is 10, so I can go ahead. So it's like, they're your babies, and you don't want them to get hurt. I got one, he's asleep in the other room right now, and he is actually asleep under the Christmas tree. Now, he is not a little dog, but he is asleep under the Christmas tree. I had to do a double take on that one. And the other one's in there sleeping on the kids' couch because I have a kid living room with a kid couch, and he's in there sacked out on it. Oh, Lord. So is everyone ready for Christmas? I am done. Everything is wrapped. Everything is under the tree. I am so happy. It is done, done, done. Tomorrow I'll go down and get my tripod and set it up, figure out how to use it. And then I will sit down and do a whip and chat with Rainbowbrite instead of this monster. Because you guys are probably getting tired of looking at this monster, even though I am finally getting somewhere on it. Now that I've got the tripod, I may try to sit over there and have the tripod on me and use the laptop to read the chat and do a live. But it'll probably be after Christmas because I don't want to interfere with the premieres going on and all the Christmas shows and all that good stuff. I don't know what days I'm going to pick to go live. I got to figure it out which one's the best one because I know Mrs. Coffee goes on Friday and Jeremy goes on Saturday and Ruby Q goes on, she goes on Friday after Miss Coffee. So I'm trying to figure out when people are going so I don't try to step on toes because there's so many of us now that it's kind of difficult. And I did something today, and it's not even all of them. It's the ones that I could go back and backtrack. And I went and I was looking to see if I could figure out how much I had spent on diamond paintings. I haven't even figured out how to, I hadn't even added it up yet, but oh my Lord, that's all I got to say is, oh my Lord. It is scary. I mean, because I got some that I don't even, I can only go so far back into history, and it will only let me go so far back into history to try to track them all. I think I got all the ones from Wish, and I was able to get most of them from AliExpress, except for the stores that had closed. It just kind of got rid of them. So I wasn't able to get all of them. And then I've gotten a couple from Shimmer Stitch, and I don't know how to find out what those were. And I've gotten some from Shop Any Deals and Everyday Deals, and but they're massive. Oh my God, they're massive. They are so big. I'm talking like 120 by 40. I mean, they're like huge. They're murals. They're just massively huge. But I was able to get the majority of them. Now I just got to sit down and add it up. But I was just like, oh my Lord. Oh Lord. Okay, 2 over, 3 up. Because I was able to go through and figure out what my Diamond Art Club's ones, and I'm scared to add that up because it was just like, whoo. And I think I've got some of them from Dreamer Designs, but there's some that aren't in there anymore. Like I've got Capitola Beach, like one of their first ones. I'm kind of afraid to pull that sucker out and do it. But it's like, yeah, oh Lord. And I've got some that I know I have, but I don't know where I got them, so I don't know even how to add those up. But I know that what I've got logged already is going to be massive. Absolutely massive. Because unfortunately, I don't have cheap taste. It was like, oh Lord. I mean, it's like even Diamond Art Club, it's like not the cheapy pictures, it's like the $70 and $80 pictures. It's like, huge, massively huge, like on this scale almost. The old shoe house and, those that were huge, like massively huge. And when I start working on some, I will unbox them all as I go. Anything new I get in, I will unbox it as it comes in for everyone. And I don't buy them like I used to, but I get one every month or so. If it really, 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 stands out. And I can go through, like, Rainbowbrite's a 60 by 80, and I've already got the top row done. And start, half the second row, so I go pretty quick. And so I'll be able to start knocking them out. Because I forgot I had some of those. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I want to do that. You always need to go through your stash. Go through your stash. Because you bought it for a reason. And so you had to have liked it to buy it. You just don't remember it's in there. The app I use is Jim's Flow. It's great because, except for then you figure out how many you have. So if you've been in denial and don't realize how many you have, that kind of sucks because it brings it right to the forefront. But it, like I had 374 and I'm down to 372. So I went and did like 3 or 4 30 by 40s for a couple weeks. So, it's like you can knock them out. And then I just put them in a portfolio unless I really want to put them up on the wall, and then I'll frame them. But the portfolio is kind of like a photo book. You just kind of flip through them and say, oh yeah, that's pretty. This one, I've told my kids that someone's putting it on their wall whenever I'm gone. It'll be like one that gets passed down because it's just so massive. All right, where did I just put that? It is so huge. Yeah, right there. Oh. Well, I hope everyone's day has been great today. I'm going to go over and check on my dad tomorrow because I hadn't checked on him for a couple days. I mean, we live right across the road from each other, but sometimes I just don't want to go outside. Just don't want to go outside. And he don't want to go outside. So I just call up and say, you doing okay? And he'll say, yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm doing okay too. It's pretty sad, but in the winter, I just don't go out much. In the summer, I'll go over like every day or every other day, but during the winter, not so much. Not so much. I'm going to try, because I have bought so much from a lot of these companies, I'm going to try to get a couple of coupon codes for you guys and put on the page. And that way, maybe a Diamond Art Club affiliate code and maybe a Craftably. And that way you can be able to get, a little bit off your paintings. The main ones I use is, I love Craftably. Craftably has awesome pictures, y'all. And they have awesome canvases. And you get a mixture of so many things. You get rhinestones in it. You get ABs in it. You get regular in it. And sometimes you'll even get a special drill. So that's pretty awesome. And I have like, I think 4 or 5 craftablies. And then, like I got the new Christmas one with the penguins that are walking across, but it won't come out. Well, I think till January is when it said. And then I'll unbox it when it comes in. I will practice unboxing so that will get better, because I know that unboxing I did the other day was a hot mess. Hot mess. I know it. I don't. I just know it. I was just like, oh my Lord. And I'm doing like Jeremy said. He said, don't worry about editing. Just leave it, whatever comes out, leave it raw. So that's kind of what I'm doing. It's like what it comes out at is what y'all getting. I'm trying to figure out how to make an intro and add pictures. Make it interesting, but it's a hot mess. And then as I, like the Rainbowbrite, I will frame. I'll either put her on a stretched canvas or I'll find one big enough to fit her, because she is gorgeous, and I'm going to put her up in the hallway right by the door before you go in my craft room, to where every time I go in my craft room, I'll see her. Because she is so bright and cheerful and colorful. I mean, she is just, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And for you dog and cat lovers out there, when I was going through the DAC site to find the prices so I could put it in my book, I noticed that Partners in Crime is on sale. So if you have a dog and a cat, check that out, because they actually have it down pretty decent price. I wish I got it now, because it was pretty good for the sale. They got quite a few for sale. Like DAC is one of your better companies. Dreamer Design, it's getting better. It is getting better. I mean, they used to fray and they were hard to read. And my daughter had one, and she actually had to write and get the PDF so that she could figure out what it was. So they are getting better, because so far on Rainbowbrite, I haven't had a problem with the symbols. So that's good. Craftably, never had a problem with symbols, never had a problem with the canvas. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. AliExpress ones, Every Moment, are good. They come on the high side. And then other than that, it's just hit and miss. Hit and miss. Same with Wish. Hit and miss if you're doing the budgets. And now they have more budget ones out. When I first was buying all these, they didn't have all these companies. Man, why is it? I just really have a hard time focusing. 3364. 3364. There it is. You ever had that where your vision is just, it won't focus? It's like I'm looking at it and it's just like, what is that? Look at that. One. I don't even think you can see it in there. One little drill. One. If you do a Josephine wall that has this many colors, this is what you can expect. Like I said, this had 238 colors. And it's a lot of pull it out, put it back, put it out, pull it out, put it back. 3768. I mean, and I don't think I've hardly use the multi-placer. I mean, I could probably just take it off my pen. Now this is my first DAC pen I bought. And when I was putting in my metal tip, I torqued it too much and I did break it off right here. And I put some E6000 on it and put it back in there and let it dry. And it has been fine. So if you have one and it is cracked, broke, try the E6000 and let it dry really good and it'll be fine. Because as you notice, I push my drills, I use my pen, drag them around. Even on a double-sided adhesive, I use enough force that I'm dragging my drills around sometimes. And it's done fine. Okay. That is it. I knew I had one that I couldn't figure out where I put it. That's where I put it. Okay. And then up one. Oh. It has been... I'll be so glad when Christmas gets here. Can't wait to see my grandkids' face when they see some of these pictures I did for them. Even though doing them, the ones they like, are like big dinosaurs, big blue dinosaurs. A lot of blue. The Ghost Rider, which was a lot of black and orange, you know. But it's like, hey, if it makes them happy, I'll do it. And so I did them. And then I had to find frames for them and get them in the frames. And some of the frames weren't quite the right size, so I will go and I have a bunch of acrylic paint and I paint the edges to make the picture pop. But on Mindy's Diamond Moment, she did a framing the other day that I'm going to try that method. She just got poster board the size of the frame and then wrapped colored paper around it, you know, and taped it down and then put the picture over the top of that, you know, and then tacked it down and it looked really good. So I think I'm going to try that method because that looked really good. I mean, you'll see different people do different ways and you'll say, oh, that looks really cool. And you'll try that way and you do what you like. Sometimes I'll take tape and put tape around, make that be the border. Sometimes I'll paint. Sometimes I'll put construction paper that makes the color. So it just depends on what kind of picture it is. I have one from I think it's, what is it, Spell Queen? I have one of hers that I put paper around the edges because it was just like maybe a half an inch too big for the picture. Because none of these things are to where you can just buy a frame. I mean, none of them. None of them are where you can just buy a frame. They're all a little bit too big or a little bit too small. And that just seems to be the way it goes. A little bit too big, a little bit too small. And you just kind of have to work around it. The other thing that Mindy did, you need to check out her channel. She makes scrapbook pages out of some of her paintings. And she'll put them on like a cardstock and then put stickers and, you know, little butterflies and things like that on it and then put it in a sleeve. That looked pretty cool. That looked pretty cool too. Well, guys, it's been 30 minutes So I'm going to hop off here because I don't want to make them so long that you don't want to watch them. You let me know what you want. If you want long ones, I'll do long ones. If you want the 30 minutes, I'll do 30 minutes. Just let me know. But I don't want to do hour and then you don't want to watch the whole thing. So, just let me know and I'll do what y'all want. If you want 30 minutes, I'll do 30 minutes. It's been great talking to y'all. I missed y'all yesterday. Just keep on coming back. And I love talking to you. I have a Facebook group page, and it's Loving to Sparkle with Cindy. Just answer all the questions, and it should let you write in. If not, I'll let you in. And I will see you all later. Bye.